And we are now live, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Christine. I'll welcome everyone to our Committee of Adjustment of Clearview Township meeting on May 10th, 2023 at 7 p.m. I would like to start the meeting with our Indigenous land acknowledgement. I'd like to start by recognizing the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people of Canada as traditional stewards and caretakers of the land. We acknowledge that Clearview Township is located within the boundaries of Treaty 18, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Teonatani, Wendat, and is the home of many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples as part of an intricate nationhood that reaches across Turtle Island. At this time of truth and reconciliation, we welcome the opportunity to work together towards new understandings and new relationships and ask for guidance in all we do. I will first ask whether any of the members on this evening's committee have any pecuniary interest on the files that are before us tonight. A shake of the head, no, none. All right. We have the minutes have all been sent out for last month. Is there any business arising from those minutes? Errors, omissions?
No.
Seeing none, can I get a motion to accept last month's minutes? Gord and Dan, all in favor? Carried. The Committee of Adjustment today will consider one minor variance application scheduled under the public hearings. The Planning Act requires that a public hearing be held before the Committee of Adjustment decides whether or not to pass a minor variance. The public hearing serves two purposes. First, to present to the Committee of Adjustment and the public the details and background of the application, and second, to receive comments from the public and agencies before a decision is made. For each application, the Secretary Treasurer will summarize the proposal and correspondence on file. We have Rosalind on the meeting to assist us with any planning department issues. And then committee members will have an opportunity to ask questions of the applicant, the planner, or anyone giving presentations. Will the Secretary Treasurer please advise how, when, and to whom notice of public hearings were directed? Over to you, Christine.
Thank you. Notice of these applications was posted on the subject properties on or before April 25th, 2023, being at least 14 days prior to the hearing. Notice for these applications was also sent by mail to the assessed owners within 60 meters of the subject properties. Notice was also circulated for the applications to those persons, departments, and agencies likely to have an interest in the applications as legislated. Included with each notice is a legal description of the subject property and a description of the purpose of the proposed consent variance. The circulations were provided in accordance with the provisions of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, Chapter P13.
So our first file of the evening is 23A06, the Dunlop Farm. Could you read that application, Christine?
The subject application concerns lands municipally known as 8012 Highway 26, formerly Nottawasaga, and legally described as Concession 2, South Part Lot 30, and Reference Plan 51R2743, Parts 1 and 2. The purpose of the application is to request the approval of the Committee of Adjustment for relief from Section 3.1.2 Agricultural Zone, minimum interior side yard setback requirement of 7.5 meters to 4.5 meters for a total variance of 3 meters. The effect of the application is to allow for the construction of a grain bin on the subject lands. We received one comment from the chief building official having no concern or objection to the application. And we have a recommendation from the planning department. Be it resolved that the Committee of Adjustment of the Township of Clearview hereby approves minor variance 23A06 pertaining to lands at 8012 Highway 26 on the basis that it meets the 4 tests in accordance with the Planning Act, subject to the following condition: that the minimum interior side yard of 4.5 meters only be applied to the proposed grain bin silos located on the southern property line of the subject lands. And that is all I have.
In the absence of Mr. Dunlop representing himself and the ability to ask him any questions, is there any questions from the committee to Rosalind? Seeing none. At this point in time, do we have a motion to accept this file before us? Dan, Robert, all in favor? Unanimous. Carried. Excellent file. Are you wish to read, Mrs. Secretary Treasurer, the second file of the evening?
Please.
All right, 23-A07, the Sega family.
Thank you. The subject application concerns lands municipally known as 1454 County Road 42, formerly Nottawasaga, and legally described as Concession 3, Lot 2, and Reference Plan 51R9541, Parts 1 and 2. The purpose of the application is to request the approval of the Committee of Adjustment for relief from Section 2.6.3A to allow the swimming pool to be located closer to the front lot line than the front wall of the primary building. The effect of the application is to allow for the installation of a pool on the subject lands. Staff received an email request from the applicant to defer the application to our next meeting. So if committee is so in favor, if we would request that they move a motion to allow the deferral of the application.
One of you gentlemen like to make a motion to defer this till our next meeting?
Sure.
Mark, Robert, all in favor? Unanimously carried to defer it to the next meeting, Christine.
That's
Is there any new business up for grabs this month?
I have nothing.
All righty. Seeing as it's a May meeting, I will see the ones that are participating in the conference in Niagara Falls at the first week of June. I guess I will see you guys in person there. A motion to adjourn the evening. Dan, Gord, all in favor? Adjournment carried. And our next meeting, Christine, is?
June 14th.
Excellent. Then we will see the rest of you on June 14th.